So again, my name is Jack Hao. Some of you have met me at the booth over there next door. We are the specialists in legacy planning. We set up wills for our clients. We do trust now for our clients. So I think I met some of you earlier in January. Thank you for visiting us again in July. Of course, iFAST has always been improving our service. And I'm going to show you in the next few slides what we have in store for you beyond wills, right? Okay, between January and now is July. Half a year have passed. Can I ask who between this time has done or updated your will? Okay, I see some very shy hands, but that's great. I think it's good that you have taken the first step to do your will. So your will does a good job of setting out what should happen when you're no longer around. But it'd be great to have something that protects your family today and keeps everything out of court and let you take control of life when it takes an unexpected turn. So for those that have not met us before, I introduce again iFAST Global Trust. We are a 100% owned company by iFAST. I'm an iFAST employee. Other than investments platform that we have and other services we offer to our clients, now we are also offering our legacy planning services. I'm also pleased to announce that we have been granted the trust license by MAS in April, so which means we are now able to conduct the license activity of setting up trust for our clients. So building on the will services, our new trust license means we can now offer you fully integrated trust solutions, and you can benefit from professional and personalized advice in terms of managing your assets today, while ensuring your assets are protected and passed on exactly how you want to. So over the next 30 minutes, we will explore how you can achieve greater control and certainty over your estate through trust and going beyond what a will can offer. So I will go through a recap on wills, how trust will work and the advantages that it has. I will also debunk certain myths that you heard about setting up a trust. I just heard from a conversation earlier with one of you, hey, trust not for billionaire, man, not for millionaire, man. I say, traditionally, that is the misconception. I think a trust, some of you would have set up a trust before for special needs, right? So it's really meant for everyone. And we are going to explain how we can make it affordable to you, right? And then 3 simple steps on how to start your trust today, and I'll also talk about promotions that we have at our booth just for today. So, poet or writer Johann said before, he warned that never say you know a man until you have divided an inheritance with him. So, of course, I like to share this because even with the closest family, they can face uncertain and unexpected tension when assets are distributed. I'm not sure if you followed the news earlier in December 2023. The youngest brother of a family was brought to court by his 3 elder sisters. So what happened there? The son inherited in name a property, a shop house from the late father. So the property was jointly owned property with the father and the son, simply because the son has better financial standing to take a loan. So the father decided, hey, in order to get a loan easier, let's add your name to it. But of course, the property is really meant to benefit all the children, including the 3 other sisters. So when the time comes, the dad passed away, and legally the property belonged to the younger brother, because he's the sole survivor and sole owner of the property. And when it comes to selling the property, the brother decided that he is entitled to everything, the sales proceeds of the property. So of course, the 3 sisters were quite upset, and eventually they had to put this to court, drag the family name in court, and ultimately the brother had to pay 150,000 in legal damages, in legal costs to the sisters, and he had to split the share with the sisters. So imagine such a unforeseen circumstances. Human heart is hard to say, right? So it eventually resulted in financial loss, right? The lawyers got to earn got to earn so much legal fees, and eventually the asset had to be split up. So what I'm trying to say is, plan for uncertainties, uncertainty in human behavior, uncertainty in life. So let's do a recap on wills and to see what your will actually does. Number one, your will outlines how assets are supposed to be distributed after death, and it specifies who inherit the assets. For those who have done it before, probably it'd be 20% to my wife, 30% to my children and all that. So it's very specific, it's very direct. The will also allow someone to name who will manage the estate, who will be the executor, who will carry out all these instructions. So it's very clear. And the will can also designate guardians for younger children. This is important because we want to ensure certainty that a trusted person would be able to take care of the children. So ultimately, a will require some time to distribute the assets through a process, what we call probate. So in normal circumstances, it takes about 3 to 6 months. It does take a while until the family eventually receive money. So these are really critical functions, but all these will only kick in when you have passed away, and it could mean delay and public proceedings. So that's why we are suggesting that adding a trust is very powerful. It works for you now. It avoids probate, and it gives your family a smoother transition to inherit your wealth. So imagine having the power to tailor every distribution to your family's real-life needs. For example, funding university fees at the right time, providing a safety net if someone falls ill, even for yourself, or even releasing assets only when your beneficiaries reach a certain milestone that you set. So that's the level of precision and protection that goes beyond what a will can offer. And this is what exactly a trust can do for you. So let me explain this in a very simple day-to-day life situation. So a lot of you might think, hey, wow, trust is very complicated. I don't understand. So let me try to break this down for you. A lot of us have been in this situation before, right? You have been in a trust before, even you know it. So we may be grandparents, we may be parents, we may be grandchildren. So this one surely will resonate with most of you. In this case, Akong wants to give ang pao money so that the favorite grandchild can use it for future education, for housing and all that. But being such a young minor, we usually say, hey, I give your amma to take care, right? So next time when Akong is gone, she can use the money to help you go to school, buy your first house and all that. So does this look familiar? I think this is something very common every Chinese New Year, right? Akong gives money, ang pao money, say, hey, next time Akong not around, or you take from your mom, right? Now, I need to explain this in a more professional way. If not, my boss standing behind will scold me. So, we take a bigger look at other than ang pao money. So, a person may have many kinds of assets. For example, you have cash, you have investments. Like with FSM, you have investments, you have properties, you have company shares, you have insurance policies, you have CPF. So all this all together, right, you have things that you pass on. So the goal of doing so, right, or why a person should consider having a plan in place, number one, is to preserve what you have earned and invested for so long. It can also come into play, right, when you're mentally incapacitated. What happens to your assets? You should also consider adding the element of asset protection to your assets, for example, against creditors, against unhappy marriages. And Akong may also have charitable aspirations, right? He may want to say, I want to distribute some money to charity for the long term. And also, a trust is private, meaning it's an arrangement between him, the person he's entrusting money to, and the person who is benefiting. So it doesn't it doesn't expose, what Akong has, how he wants it to be given. So of course, when we talk about planning, we also want to think about how flexible can we put in, entrust the money to someone. And when I entrust the money to someone, will someone be able to help me grow the wealth the way I want to, rather than sitting in just a fixed deposit account, earning low returns and all that. And eventually, what we want to help you as trustees is really to remove the burden from, for example, the mom, right? May not be financially savvy, may not want to spend time to properly take care of assets. So as trustees, as corporate professionals, we step in to remove the burden from the family. We will spend time, we'll give our advice, we will provide expertise on how to manage this properly. So of course, as a corporation, we do not have any mortality issue, right? If you entrust money to an individual pass on, what happens next, right? So as a licensed entity, we do not have any mortality issue. Your trust can be passed on, your trust monies can be passed on for generations and beyond. So of course, having it professionally managed and custodized by a trustee, we are able to protect the vulnerables, right? You put the money in a trust, right? The money doesn't go directly to a young beneficiary. For example, you give it to a 21-year-old, you give them a few $100,000, people, spend. So we want to prevent, overspending. We want to prevent people from being scammed. We want to prevent people from being unduly influenced by people who have bad intentions. So ultimately, under a trust arrangement, all right, you can dictate how much a person should get every month, for example, how much a person should get every year, for example. And it can also be used to drive certain positive behavior. So by putting under a trust, you can state conditions like, I would like my grandchildren in future, they must achieve higher education. In order to motivate them, some of my clients, they put in conditions to say that I'll give them a cash bonus by the time, 10, 20 years later, when they attain a degree, we'll give them 50,000 as a form of cash bonus. So it actually uses a bit of financial gains to drive people towards a positive goal. So in spirit, for example, in spirit, Akong likes higher education for descendants. He's able to do that through the trust. So of course, a trust can be multi-generational. It can be meant for the first, second, third, fourth, even fifth generation. Ultimately, putting your assets in a trust situation will avoid delays caused by probate. Immediately, the family can gain liquidity from the trust fund if it's funded right from the start. So a lot of my clients ask me these questions when I talk to them about trust. Hey, I think it's a good idea. I think it might work for my situation. But there's a lot of concerns I have because will my trust fund get locked down? Can I control exactly when I want to distribute? How detailed can I be, right? In a trust, you can be very detailed. We will assist you by writing a letter of wishes that will fit your goals, that will fit your needs, right? The trust can also protect the beneficiaries from creditors or lawsuit in the future if we do it properly. And of course, as I mentioned, we avoid delays caused by probate and many reasons below. For example, if we can provide for dependents with special needs, can I continue supporting my favorite charities after I'm long gone? Can I modify the trust if my family's circumstances change? Can I prevent beneficiaries from spending funds too quickly? Can I continue to invest my trust funds? Can I ensure privacy around sensitive family or financial matters? And can I set up a trust that benefits future generations? So it's a very resounding yes. The trust is very flexible. It's a very flexible tool to help families achieve these goals, right? And of course, we would like to also say that we have a booth at the site. If you have questions like this, you want some specific answers, just feel free to approach us later on. Now, a bit of so-called myth busting. Well, I want to say that after 18 years in the trust industry, I worked with many independent trust companies and all that, where I came across a lot of cases. So a lot of people have resistance in setting up a trust simply because, hey, it's really expensive, I can't afford, my money is locked up and all that. But that is not true. If you find the right service provider, for example, like iFAST, we are able to help you through this process. Our fees are reasonable, and we believe that the trust should be made accessible to everyone. And of course, if you have a specific need, we'll try to tailor the situation to address to that. So of course, at the end of the day, I think most importantly for smart investors like you guys who do DIY, eventually you still want to be able to direct your investments in a certain way, and we can help you build your trust towards that. So there's 3 very simple ways to get started, right? Number 1, if you guys have been to our booth, you will see that we have a few QR codes. You can scan and log in to our legacy account. Our legacy account is very powerful. There's a few things you can do there. Number 1, we offer a free digital tool. It's called the Legacy Register. So essentially, it is the scheduled assets that accompanies the will. So if most of you have done your will before, I'm not sure a lot of people have updated their scheduled assets. Over the years, you have created accounts, you may have even bought new properties and all that. But the thing is, if you do not update your scheduled assets, your executor at the end will not know where to look for, right? They will not know which account, which financial institution that you have opened an account with. So in the end, they have to spend money to write to every bank, every insurance company to say, hey, does this person have this? So we are giving this free tool for you to use, right? It's very helpful. List down, print it out, put it together with your original will. If you haven't done your will, right, come to us. We will help you with your will. We will help you to keep your will. A lot of people do their will. I spoke with one person. The next question I asked, do you know where your will is? I actually can't remember where I put my will, but I need to look for it. But it's very dangerous because it causes problem for family, when there's no original will presented to the court. So we offer custody services in terms of the will. And going beyond that, right, we are able to help you create a trust if you have the concerns or the needs that I've spoken of earlier. So you can express your wishes through our portal, and then after that, my team will be contacting you to give an in-depth consultation. So, of course, if you haven't do your will, please do your will, right? Do it with us. If you haven't done your will, if you have done your will already but haven't reviewed, you can't remember, you send it to us. We will help you review, and we can also guide you through certain steps if required. And of course, if you're interested in a trust, you can always talk to us. Today, we have a promotion at our booth. So what happens is, you come to us, you register your interest that, hey, I would like to find out more. Non-obligatory 1-hour consultation at a later date. So today, you register your interest, we'll contact you. We can have a chat an hour, see what you want to do. Let's say you want to do a will, we do give a discount on our will packages. We also give a discount on our trust packages. So without further ado, please register your interest with us. Just lock in the discount. You may not choose to do it this month. You can still do it within the year. The discount is still valid. So we would like to thank you again for listening to me. And we hope that you can come to our booth, talk to us, and we'll help you from there. Thank you.